Ask you what you're doing, please, sir.
Oh, Inspector, that's brilliant. Can you identify yourself, please, sir?
Inspector Dyson.
Inspector Dyson.
Can I ask you what you're doing, sir?
Taking a picture of these.
Right, why are you doing that?
Because I'm going to report them to professional standards and the council.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely disgusting. I've witnessed so many people having to walk onto the road and endanger themselves.
I am recording at the moment.
Thanks for telling me, Inspector.
Okay.
I'm not having a go at you.
I don't care to just let you know. Obviously, I don't know who you are.
Oh, yeah,
You've got a mask on. That,
brilliant.
That could obviously be some reason for you hiding your identity. I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got a camera going.
I have, and I really...
taking photos of
Yeah.
police station, police buildings, which you do know there is an offence which doesn't get prosecuted very often regarding taking photographs of public buildings, which this is one of. Okay, so I would ask you to desist on doing that. Okay,
really?
If you want to take photographs of police vehicles, that's fine. That's up to
What
yourself.
what offence is it, please, if you don't mind me asking?
If you want to look it up, I don't know the full legislation, so what initially do, but there is an offence of taking photographs within or of a public building. Like you can't do it of a court or within a court building. It's the same guys, the same legislation. So what I was going to say to you is, obviously, you want to speak to people about the parking of vehicles. Obviously, I'm quite happy for you to do that. What I will say to you is that if you want to forward details to professional standards,
yeah, I'm going to
direct them. It's up to yourself. Okay?
To be honest, Inspector, and I mean this with the utmost respect, I'm flabbergasted that you seem to think it's an offence, or there is an offence, to film public buildings, but you can't tell me what it is. I'm flabbergasted.
Why?
Well, a man of your experience, you look like you've been at job for a long time. You're an inspector,
you're obviously
and you can't tell me what offence it is.
To get a bite out, mate, and you've got.
I'm not trying to get a bite out of you.
What I'll say to you is there is a lot of legislation out there, okay?
Which I know.
Well, yeah. You tell me what that legislation is.
Well, I don't need to tell you. You're an inspector, mate.
I've told you there's legislation that prevents people from taking photographs of public buildings.
Right.
Okay. I cannot quote the actual script here of the legislation.
Well, until you can quote
it, in place.
Stop talking about it.
Right, okay.
Because I know what it is. But until you can quote it, stop talking about it. I don't wish to discuss it any further.
What I say to you now is you are now getting to a level where you are now becoming a little bit obstructive and offensive.
Well,
okay.
You came up to me.
I would ask you to leave the area. I've come up to you to ask you why you're taking photographs of a public building and police vehicles, okay? I've explained myself to you. I've told you I am. Can I ask who you are?
He's laughing at you.
Can I ask who you are?
Who are you? Identify yourself,
Can I ask who you are, please, first?
You don't have to indict.
Can I ask who you are, please?
So you've got an inspector here, and you're telling me you do not have to identify yourself?
Right. At the moment, I'm getting concerned more about your behaviour.
WK9N. So, Whiskey Kilo 9 November. He's the dog handler at Huddersfield Police Station.
Can I see your details, please?
Badge number 3092, PC, Huntington. You'll be got a professional standard, sir.
Can I see your details, please?
No, you can't.
Right, okay. What I'm saying to you now is that you are also causing a bit of a problem here now, aren't you?
I'm on a public footpath.
Okay.
I'm on a public footpath.
I know you are. And you're obviously one of these people that wants to come round
and
try and wind police officers up.
I'm just doing something other people don't have the balls to do, which is take pictures of police cars parked in just an absurd place. I mean, come on, who the hell has parked there?
Right.
Double yellow lines and double blips. Do you know what that means?
Right. If you're
the road traffic act
regarding professional standards, please do so. What I've asked you to do now is actually move on yourself.
You're going to professional standards as well.
Fine.
And so is this guy here.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
At least you told me you're recording. And it's nice to see you don't have a gang badge on. You've got a gang badge on, so don't even look at me. I don't want to speak to you. Get rid of that. Get yourself on eBay and get yourself one of these. $2.99 and wear it with pride. The Union Jack flag. Yeah, take that crap off. Get a Union Jack.
I am starting to believe that you are now committing a racist incident.
No, I'm not.
If you carry on a
racist incident?
Yeah.
I'm a British citizen on British soil.
I perceive this to be a racist matter now, okay?
I am a British citizen on British soil.
I would ask you to leave the area, okay? Because you just offended me and my colleagues by saying that badges that we wear
I am a British citizen on British soil wearing a Union Jack
that to be a racist
in England.
Please leave the area now.
In England.
Okay.
I am wearing a Union Jack, so how's that racist? That's not representing the country.
Saying that
how's it racist?
You're saying that things that we wear we shouldn't be wearing.
Well,
I find that offensive, and I find that hating.
I'll tell you what I find offensive.
I want you to leave the area now, please.
20 years ago, police officers were told they wasn't allowed to wear the Union Jack on the uniform because it wasn't part of the uniform.
I want you to
so
leave
why are you
the
wearing
area.
gang badges? What makes them part of the uniform?
I want you to leave the area now.
No.
Okay.
I'm on a public highway. I am on a public footpath being obstructed by 2 police vehicles.
No, you're obstructing the path as well.
No, I'm not.
Because you won't move on.
I am obstructing the path. They're obstructing the path. I've got proof and evidence, and somebody else recorded.
Can I take your details,
this is,
please? Because I believe you may be committing offences now.
Fitting an offence. Committing an offence?
Yeah, obstructing the highway.
No, these are obstructing the highway.
Offences in relation to...
Your police van's obstructing the highway.
Yeah, that is allowed to do because I'm dealing with an incident that's protecting
There's no
me.
incident. There's no incident to deal with. You came to me, and that's what we're doing.
I came to you because I was concerned about your behaviour. Okay.
Inspector, you are dismissed.
Bye-bye.
Don't wish to speak to you anymore. Good. Absolute muppet.
That's your first warning regarding public order. If you call me a muppet again, I will arrest you. Okay?
For what?
Public order. Harassment, alarm, distress. Okay?
Are you being serious?
No, I am very serious.
You are going to be very, very famous by the end of today, my friend. Very famous.
If you call me a muppet again, I will arrest you.
Let me get out of the way because now I'm obstructing the road. I'm going to prove to you now that I am not here.
It's offensive.
I am going to prove to you, Inspector, on camera, that I am
under arrest for harassment, alarm and distress.
That's your chances there, pal. My chances aren't done no wrong, mate. You're going to be in a lot of trouble.
You had some instruction from comms. Let's hear it. Come on.
Okay, so because there's a camera on it, that's the bit that you're not allowed to do, okay? So under the Civil Aviation Act, you aren't allowed to fly that within 150 metres of a congested area. You're in London, it's a congested area. Therefore, you are not allowed to fly it with the camera on.
That's your side of things. Would you like me to prove?
That is what I'm telling you.
Would you like me to prove otherwise?
If you carry on flying it, it will be seized, okay?
I would like to prove otherwise because what you've said is incorrect. So, unfortunately, just to continue the experiment, it will go up just to prove my point. No hard feelings. No hard feelings, all right?
What she's just said to you, you can do your experiment, but she's just told you. Okay?
Yeah, what she said is wrong. It's wrong.
So police, if you choose to not listen to what police officers told you, okay?
Yeah.
And then if someone else...
She's driving off. She's driving off. She's driving off. We'll see you in a minute. Right, the drone's got to go up, guys, because what she's just said is wrong, and we know it's wrong because it's a 249 gram drone which doesn't have the same rules as one that's heavier. So it's got to go back up. Right, this is what you do, right? So we don't like people bullying us around and telling us we can't do something when we know we can do it. We've already got our footage of the place, but she's telling me I cannot fly the drone in this area, and I know I can. So guess what? We're back up. So as you saw there, the drone went back up, and so far nobody has come to talk to us. So you can't bully people into, you can't do this because if you do we'll seize the drone or you'll be arrested, or, you know, the legislation is there for 249 gram drones to be able to fly over anywhere they want, any building, any people, with no minimum distances. That's why it's such a popular drone, the DJI Mini 2. So when you've got people like her trying to put our category of drone into much heavier weight drone rules, then you must be given the chance to put her right and to show her the web page on the Civil Aviation website, which I'm showing you just there, which clearly shows that the small aircraft, the 249 grams, can go as close to people and buildings as you like.
Yeah. How you doing today? Both U.S. citizens?
Oh, I don't answer questions.
What's that again?
I don't answer questions.
Yeah, but are you citizen of the United States?
I don't answer questions.
No? Okay. Well, you want me to leave you here? You understand this is your citizenship. That's what we do here in the checkpoint. You understand that?
Can I put it on park?
What's that? Yeah, what?
All right, what's your name? A Bravo? All right, it's forcing me to answer a question that I don't legally have to answer.
All right, we're establishing citizenship here. You're a citizen of the United States.
Are we in Germany?
What's it? No.
Okay.
Where were you born?
Where were you born?
Germany?
Where were you born?
Where were you born?
Where were you born?
Are you an immigration officer? Good. All right, you're good to go, man.
Thank you. You don't got me. The Constitution got me.
Yeah, what model is that one? I'm looking to upgrade.
Maybe one guy.
Yeah, no, I'm looking to upgrade. I'm on a 125 at the moment.
Yeah.
By the way, you just blocked somebody coming in. Just be careful of where you park your bike. He was literally trying to come in. All right, but yeah, so next time I'd recommend.
So wants to make sure.
Yeah, I understand that. But obviously, you can pull over safely to the side and do so.
What's your name?
Pardon?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Liz.
Liz.
So I'm this police officer that's in charge
Oh,
of this
Chief Superintendent.
location.
Oh, okay,
Have
lovely.
you got any ID on you, please?
Why would I need ID?
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Come on
Otherwise
in.
we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Come on, Superintendent. You don't just go around demanding ID from the members of the public.
I'd certainly do if they're counter-terrorism risk.
Counter-terrorism risk? What makes it a counter-terrorism risk?
Filming our officers.
As I explained to the person on the bike, I don't even know who that is.
Okay, if you...
But I'm just waiting for some marked vehicles to come in and out.
So, would you mind me asking, just asking, what are you doing here? You just...
As I've just explained twice now, once to the person on the bike and one on the to this lady.
Mate, listen. Can't really be outside police stations.
Okay, before you go ahead with the search, can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
I would highly recommend that you look up a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council regarding people filming in public places, regarding social media vloggers and police stations. I would highly recommend it before you land yourself a lawsuit.
Listen,
and that's you do what you
feel comfortable with that.
you do what you got to do.
Very comfortable
You do what you got. I will not say now. I do not consent to any searches. I know lawfully I don't have to, but I want to make that clear.
Regardless of your ability to film things in a public setting.
Right.
Obviously, you raise our awareness and our suspicion, particularly in an environment of severe CT risk.
And who are you, sorry?
I'm Inspector Tarek McKinsey.
Inspector
Tarek McKinsey.
McKinsey, that's a cool name, I like that. And have you got a warrant number there?
Yeah, I do. 243581.
243501, thank you. And do you have a warrant number? Sorry?
Mate, listen.
Sorry,
Instead of being obstructive.
No, I'm not being obstructive. I'm trying to get relevant
Can you
information.
just listen to me for a second, all right?
No, I don't have to listen to you, do I?
No, you don't.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
So you give me your warrant number. Do you have a warrant number, Superintendent, please?
We're not going to engage with any further.
Listen.
Well, you are, because you're saying that you're going to search me, so you would have to give your information at that point anyway, wouldn't you?
Can you grab one of the uniform light?
And you're Charlie Wynn, so you're a constable, thank you. But, am I being detained at this moment? Am I currently detained?
Yeah, uniforms.
No.
You're equipped and everything to do with you.
Okay, so I'm not detained.
Not at this precise moment.
Okay, not at this precise moment. Well, again, as I said, you've got smartphones. I would highly recommend you look up this memo. Okay, this memo is a key piece of evidence in court on these lawsuits.
I'm not disputing the fact that you're not allowed to film in a
Absolutely.
public setting, but the fact that you're here and filming police
No,
vehicles.
but the memo clearly states that filming outside a police station is not enough grounds for a Section 43 search. Okay, and that is the key point of evidence that will win me this lawsuit.
You're not just filming outside a police station. You're filming. You've told a colleague you're filming vehicles. That's capturing VR
marked
data and
vehicles.
things like that.
Marked vehicles.
Irrelevant.
No, we pay for them. Members of the public, as through our taxes, we pay for them. They're not secret information.
We can also search
they're not
you
secret.
to look into that.
No. You have to have grounds to search me.
Yeah, I do.
No. You have to have objection. So you suspect me being a
You're
terrorist?
You're also filming people police officers coming out who are not who are not wearing uniform.
No. You're making an assumption. You're making an assumption there.
The officer just came out and said you were filming as she exited. So,
right, and do you know that I was filming her?
Well, I have that suspicion. Okay.
Okay.
And that's enough for me to look into.
It's not. That's filming in public.
Look, we can debate this all day.
It's not a debate. The memo clearly says it, and the fact that I've made you aware of this memo is going to win me the lawsuit.
Look, that's absolutely fine.
It's absolutely fine.
It's fine for you to have that opinion.
It's not an opinion. It's fact. I've already got one lawsuit against the MPS for this exact reason.
Well, look, I'm not going to debate those situations. Okay. Is anyone available?
We're just going to ask a question this time. Pop down, but yeah. No, it should come out on the radio.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I might just stick around, to be honest. I might just go. But
that's within your gift, right?
Well, apparently, because I'm not detained, but you suspect me of being a terrorist because you said you're going to detain me. You're waiting for a uniform to come and detain me.
So clearly you suspect me of being a
We'd be
terrorist.
more comfortable doing a search when we've got body worn footage as well. All right.
So you're not going to detain me until the uniform gets here. You're just going to wait. At which point I could just walk away, potentially be a terrorist. As you're saying, you suspect.
It's a developing situation.
It's not, because if you genuinely suspected me of being a terrorist, you would be physically detaining me, wouldn't you?
You're being provocative, in my opinion, and I think you're doing that on purpose.
No, I'm trying to reason with you, Inspector.
You're not being reasonable because you're interrupting me non-stop. I'm trying to talk. You keep cutting.
You interrupt me as well.
No, I've let you speak. You've said you've made your piece. I've explained what we're looking to do.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's fine.
But it's not fine. That's the issue, Inspector, is that it's not fine. You cannot abuse. You used to have Section 44. You don't have to talk. You don't have to talk. Do you know you used to have Section 44? Do you know why that got repealed? For this exact reason, didn't it? Didn't it, Chief Superintendent?
Why are you filming us now?
Pardon?
Why?
Well, for my own protection. You just said that you're going to detain and search me. As you said, you want body-worn footage. I want my own record as well.
We want to make sure our officers are safe. So we want to take...
And I want to make sure members of the public are safe from tyrants like yourselves. So if you're going to abuse Section 43, I cannot stop you from doing that, obviously. And I won't resist you. I'm not going to aid you, but I won't resist you. And you will end up with a civil suit, and you will both be up on disciplinary matters.
We're going to wait till the uniform. I think we've both set our piece here.
No, I haven't finished saying my piece, actually.
You're free to talk.
I know I'm free to talk. I have rights. You don't have to respond. You've said multiple times you're not going to continue engaging, yet you do. As I said, I've made you aware of the memo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're refusing to even look it up. I've made you aware, and neither of you are making any sort of concerted effort to look up this memo, to double-check the facts before you get a uniformed officer down here to detain me and search me and abuse my human rights. No, you're abusing my rights.
Pulling out a phone and doing research right now. I don't know who you are. I don't know anything
you could get this constable to do it. You could get the chief superintendent to do it.
A little bit under control. That's absolutely fine. Right?
Well, sorry, what's your name, Chief? Elizabeth Chappell, and was it Sergeant McKinsey? And your warrant number, sorry? 238826. Thank you. Just so I know exactly who to reference in the complaint to the IOPC.
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely. I will not be bullied by a threat of a search from exercising my right. You know we have human rights in this country. Do you remember your oath? Do either of you remember your oath? No, I doubt that you do you?
We're not going to be responsible.
You don't have to, but I can still talk and I can still ask questions. Okay. Neither of you remember your oath. You swore an oath to the Crown of this country to uphold the human rights of the people. I have an Article 10 right to exercise my freedom of expression. That's exactly what I'm doing.
You don't have the right to film police officers.
I absolutely do. Anywhere in a public place, yes, I do. So you're going to come. You're going to come and get a uniform to come with a body-worn camera who has the right to record me, but I don't have the right to record you.
Recording us?
Yeah, but she just said I don't have the right to. Which I absolutely... You just said you don't have the right to record police officers.
You've raised our suspicions.
Well, you're raising my suspicions right now of absolute tyrannical constables. And it's disgusting that it's a superintendent and an inspector. Absolutely despicable.
Okay, no problem.
You keep saying no problem, but it is a huge problem. A huge, huge, huge problem.
Can you just cover out? So, essentially, I'll give you a little update. This individual has been spotted outside by an officer leaving the police station. I'm not in their own personal vehicle, not dressed in clothes. She is concerned because it looks like he's filming. Obviously, the entrance where we've got the coming through. He's also filming an officer going up from work, not in plain time. As such, given the specific threat, there's some concerns that perhaps he's raised our suspicion around in the CT environment. So, obviously,
again, so before you sorry.
You could put body worn on, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's a vehicle coming, guys. Be safe. So you've obviously listened to the inspector's side of it. So for you to make an informed decision, and I'll be polite with you, I'd like you to hear my side of it, okay? And I think that's only fair. So I came here, as I explained to the first person that approached, I came here to try and get some shots of marked vehicles coming in and out, like this one. If obviously it wasn't being obstructed, I would get a nice sweep shot of a marked vehicle going in. Right? So let me finish. I've advised the Chief Superintendent and the inspector that there is a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council, okay, that clearly explains vloggers and social media auditors filming police stations, and that it is not to be used as a ground for a Section 43 search, okay? Now, obviously, I just heard the inspector say that it's down to you and it is ultimately your decision whether to do the search. As such, if you detain me and search me, you will be the one that is liable, because you'll be the one detaining and searching. You would be the one that is liable under the IOPC complaint procedures for disciplinary and dismissal, okay? So I would advise that, yes, your superiors are suggesting that you do something, but I would suggest that you have some common sense, at least look up this memo before you take any further action. I'm not going to go anywhere, but I would suggest that you look up this memo before you put yourself in a bad situation because a chief superintendent and an inspector is asking you to. Okay, because you are the one that is ultimately responsible for your actions as a constable. And they don't have the balls to detain me and search me themselves.
Okay, are you aware that there's not a lot of marked vehicles that come in and out?
I wasn't aware of that, no, but I appreciate you telling me. I didn't know that because I've not been here before.
You've not been here before?
No.
Okay.
So how would I know that?
So were you not here earlier?
No.
No.
No. Well, have you had somebody else here filming today?
Well, I've just been told that you were here earlier.
No, I've been here 14 minutes.
Okay. And how long are you staying here?
As long as a piece of string, my friend. You know, like I said, that shot that I've just missed because I'm now engaging in this conversation with you probably would have been enough to get my footage. And I probably would have been on my way. But obviously now I'm going to have to wait for another vehicle because I need to complete my footage. You know.
How many vehicles are you looking for?
Just one.
Just the one?
Yeah.
Just like one police car?
Yeah, marked vehicle. Yeah. It's just, pardon?
Why are you filming?
Because I'm interested. You know, we all have individual interests, don't we?
I know everyone tends to have like their own different reasons.
Absolutely, exactly. You know, and I have the right to freedom of expression in this country. Exactly. You know, and I absolutely have that right. I'm not trespassing onto your secure areas. I was stood out there. I clearly filmed the fact that you got the authorised vehicles only and the police personnel only sign. And so I made a point to point that out for my footage. And the fact that I'm not going past that, I stood there to film through. All I could see was a forensics unit. And I said,
just an officer coming out of their personal vehicle. You're not filming it.
I mean, no, because I need to keep the camera pointed at you guys right now.
Well, you can point it at me, just not at their personal vehicle.
I'm not going to point it directly at that. I'm not going. Okay, I'm not directly pointing it. I'm pointing it at you. If that's in the background, it's in the background.
That's their personal vehicle.
It is.
And you're getting their registration plate on their face.
I will try to blur it out if possible. Yeah.
I don't know the real issue we have.
No, because you were polite about it, I will try to blur it out, depending if I can, because sometimes, depending on the shot with you two stood there, it's not always possible.
Our sort of standpoint, the only real issue that we have is the fact that you're obviously free to film whatever you want. Right?
Absolutely, thank you, I appreciate that.
The issue comes when you're filming officers not in uniform, leaving in their personal.
But again, you're making assumptions that that's what I'm doing.
It's an assumption or anything.
Exactly.
The problem stands when that thing
Okay,
happens.
but again, that's not illegal, is it?
Up until then,
it's not illegal to do that. I can record every personal vehicle coming in and out, and you can ask questions. I don't like the fact that, but I don't like the fact that no. Yeah, but we are, but they weren't. I'm fussed about it. I had the chief superintendent and an inspector threaten me with a Section 43 search. They should know about the memo. They are like the highest ranking constables. No, I can't.
With the Section 43, that's underneath the terrorism.
Sure.
If we feel like what your actions are doing will pose a personal risk to any officers that aren't in uniform, because you're getting.
Sorry, you're quite softly spoken.
Sorry,
that's all right.
Because you're basically getting their legal information that way by recording their registers and things like that. That sort of raises our sort of threat level. So we're like, oh, why is he recording these officers? What's he planning to do with that video? That's where our ground stands. It's not to say that necessarily we are going to be searching Section 43. But that is an option.
It's not. It's not enough grounds. The memo clearly covers this. It's not an offence to film anybody's registration plate, personal or private. I'm having a conversation with a constable. You can bugger off. No, I'm done with you. You didn't want to talk to me. Now I don't want to talk to you. No, not to him. To you, I will be. Because and I'll continue with it. I'll continue that with you. He can bugger off. I'm done with him.
Why exactly? What was he up to?
Because the inspector, as I said, the inspector and the chief superintendent came out demanding ID and saying that I have to provide it, and then saying that they're going to get a uniform out to search me under Section 43. It's good plan. But yeah, it's not a power in this situation that you have the right to use. You have to have objectionable, okay, solid grounds, and there are specific grounds under Section 43 that you need to have. And pardon? That's not my job to tell you that. No.
Clearly, you know the legislation.
I do know the legislation very well. I know this legislation very well. As I explained to the Chief Superintendent and the Inspector, I already have a lawsuit against the NPS for an illegal search under Section 43. And that's in the process of going through right now. And it's not my goal to get a lawsuit. Honestly, it's not. All right?
Do you have like a YouTube channel?
Pardon?
Do you have a YouTube channel or anything?
Maybe.
You're
But
allowed to tell me if you've got.
I know I'm allowed to tell. I'm allowed to tell you. I know, but
that's the guy.
I mean, you'll find it anyway. If I upload it, you'll find it. But sorry, forensic coming in. But yeah, I mean, obviously, where was I? Sorry, where was I up to?
You were talking about your lawsuit.
Oh yeah, so I've got a lawsuit ongoing for this exact thing, right? I was filming somewhere in London. They didn't like the fact that I was filming. The police, because I didn't want to give them my information and I didn't want to explain my reason for what I was doing, I think I've given you more information than I gave them. I've told you I'm waiting for marked vehicles to come out. Yeah. I might get a drone over. It's not a flight restricted zone. I might get a drone over yet, because obviously I can't see the marked vehicles from standing here, so I'm going to have to get a drone over to get those shots. It's very loud. Well, that's not helping with a headache. But yeah.
Do you have a drone on you now?
Pardon?
Do you have a drone on you now?
Yeah, it's in my rucksack.
Is it like a little small?
Yeah.
Like a DJI one?
DJI Mini. Yeah, you know the drill. So, but yeah, so I might get that up. But yeah.
DJI Minis, are they actually good?
Yeah, they're really good. I've got the Mini SE, which is like the baseline one.
Are these the ones that are a grand?
No, mine was.
Can be a grand.
Yeah, like the Mini 3 is like 850 quid.
I think I've looked at. Yeah, don't even need to be here. You can
Yeah.
if you want.
I'm just like.
You cracking on, yeah?
I don't understand what depends on.
Okay. Can I just say to you before we go, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my side of it and not just the inspectors. And I really appreciate the fact that you haven't put yourself in a bad situation because of your superiors. Because you seem like a nice, friendly bloke. I'm not going to lie. That laugh is telling me otherwise.
Yeah, no, he's good.
No, but you seem reasonable, and I'm glad that you haven't put yourself in a bad situation. All right? Absolutely. But yeah, something's telling me otherwise. 1594. I'm going to have to look into you a little bit more.
I think what we just really wanted to say to you is obviously you know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
All we're saying is, personally, we have our own vehicles here. We're going home. It's not you necessarily. It's people that might watch your media and see that sort of information on there.
And I get that.
And
I get that to an extent.
Like, I'd rather not. Well, I'm not driving home anytime soon. My shift finishes in 6 hours later. But like, that's please be considerate of obviously our privacy.
Yeah, and I get that to an extent, and it's never my objective to stand here.
Right.
And if they had searched me, and when the search would have come back negative, I would have made a point of standing here and filming every single one and publishing them out of spite, and I would have.
We have to reasonably believe that you are a terrorist.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And hostile reconnaissance, according to memo, by its very nature, is covert.
You've swallowed that.
Yeah, I mean, when you do public photography and you're interested in filming the police, you do need to know your shit.
It's good to know your rights.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not the only person that sort of does this. We have people when we're not just here, but when we drive to calls and stuff, they stand on the side of the road and we'll wait and film and stuff.
Yeah, I always will. Just so for everybody's safety, the public's and yours, because you have your body cams on, but obviously when you're dealing with situation, if you're so up close, sometimes it doesn't show it. But then if I've got footage and something happens to you, something happens to the member of the public, there's an objective full shot of it, you know what I mean?
Even when we're dealing with members of the public and things like that,
they
can send us their own footage.
From
your perspective, we don't know what you're doing behind the camera, so like there could be times where, you know, like we've turned up to something and someone seems to have got like some mobile phone footage and stuff like that, and this person's absolutely kicking off, but behind the camera they could be going,
they could be.
But we don't know that.
They could be.
I missed the answer earlier. How long are you staying for? Just whenever?
I'd say that, yeah. As long as a piece of string.
One marked police car in there, and then a couple of carriers, and then most of them are personal vehicles.
Okay.
So there's no cars, no officers here are trained on sort of blue lights.
Okay.
So no one's going to come out
on lights,
video like on blue lights.
Okay.
But
Well, in that case, what I'll do is I'll get the drone over because that obviously it will get the top of your personal vehicles, but it's not got the angle to get your reg numbers or anything. So
as long as obviously they're just cars, but it's the main issue I think is when our colleagues are in them and going home. It's like
Yeah, again, it's not my objective to get that.
Again, we're not saying that it's you personally that are filming for that reason, but people can look at your media and content. And
sure, but if somebody like specifically really wanted to come and do some damage to this station, there's Google Earth. Like if they wanted access points, there's Google Street Maps, and they could go stand in the park over there, look like they're just playing in the park, and actually be noting down every registration that's coming in and out. You know, they could do their own reconnaissance.
If we can limit the means and stuff, that would be better.
Yeah, again, it's not my objective because you guys have been reasonable. I'm not going to like film every vehicle. The one in the background, I will try and blur it.
Name, you have a nickname or
Nah, I don't give it out. I don't give it out.
Not even YouTube now?
Nah, I don't give anything
so
out.
we can't watch the video of ourselves?
Oh, you can. Like, I won't name it anything obscure.
Is it going to be called like Auditing Mitcham Police Station?
It'll be something around It'll have Mitcham Police Station in it. What day are we on now? Probably late in the weekend, early next week. I've got a few other videos going out on that, so...
Cool. Well, I see no need for us to really stand here anymore, to be honest.
Brilliant.
Yeah, just do what you do, obviously. Yeah, I don't know what else
Can I just ask you a favour?
Yeah, go for it.
Can you please educate your chief superintendent and inspector?
To be fair to you, mate, you've got to remember that where they are in the positions they are, they're not...
No, because
they're not talking to members of the public like yourself every day. It
doesn't matter. Like, they're higher rank. They set the example for you guys at the end of the day, and it's unacceptable. Yeah, if they had taken this time to have this chat with me, they would come to the same conclusion that you guys have come to, that I'm not here for any terrorist activity, and that I'm just doing what I do for my social media. Yeah. And I even said to them about them when I mentioned the memo to them, I said it explains about social media vloggers and auditors, and they still didn't clock in their head. You know what I mean? Like they're just not switched on upstairs. They should not be in that position.
They're very privy to a lot more of the safety briefings, counter-terrorism briefings. Obviously, police officers do get followed home. Yeah. We get followed home a lot. It happens. It's scary for us.
Absolutely, so but you know that risk when you take a job on, don't you? I mean, to be honest,
I just don't think it's acceptable.
I don't think it's acceptable, but it's a risk of your job. The police, there is a dissolution between the public and the police, unfortunately, and I do think we all need to work on that from both sides to build that bridge.
I disagree, but that's fine.
But I mean, you guys are in special measures. I mean, let's face it, that doesn't happen for no reason. There are 5 or 6 forces in this country that are in special measures.
That doesn't reflect on how we are as individual officers.
Not as individual officers, and that's why I give everybody their fair due. You're like, I've had a civil conversation with you, I'll be respectful to you, because I'll give everybody their fair due. When they came out and started demanding ID and throwing around Section 43, you're not going to get the same side of me. The same way that if I start being abusive to you, I'm not going to get the same side of you. We all have different parts to ourselves, and I think respect on both sides goes a long way, and I will give everybody that until they show me they don't need it. But Jahari's box. I'm a psychologist, so yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Photographer, drone flyer.
Amateur photographer, psychologist by training.
How long have you been doing
photography? On and off since I was a teenager, really.
You're allowed to call yourself an amateur photographer at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got more than enough experience.
No, I mean, I literally just use a mobile phone and like some basic editing software. I don't. Yeah, iPhone. I don't go around with a DSLR or anything like that. It's just purely amateur. Like, it's not anything special. I don't use Photoshop or anything.
Even people with like a whole DSLR and they're using Photoshop
and they still can't do shit with it. But yeah, just hobbyists really.
Leave you to it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, please.
Just so I know who I've spoken to, we've got 2351 and yourself there.
1601.
1601, and I got yours already. Southwest, brilliant. Well, I really appreciate your time today, guys. I'm really glad that you guys didn't fuck up. Please let them know that they will still be getting a complaint regardless of the fact that I didn't get searched.
You taking their name?
Yeah. I've got everything. On record, I've got it all on video. But yeah. Alright, guys, I'll let you crack on. Just one more thing, I don't think any of you let me know you were recording me. Obviously, that is in your policies. I literally looked that up this morning as well, and it's literally like the first paragraph of the first section that you do have to verbally announce so that it's not covert. I'm not going to give you a hard time and putting complaints about it because you have been very reasonable. But I would be within my rights to please remember to make sure that you verbally announce to members of the public when you start recording them. You are subject to GDPR. Obviously, I don't know that I've been recorded, a member of the public that doesn't know that they've been recorded, they don't know that they've got data to access under their rights. And obviously you could be contravening REPA because by not mentioning you, you're actually covertly recording, which is a seriously indictable offence actually. And I wouldn't want to see you guys get in that situation. So for everybody's safety, for yours and the public's, please remember to just let them know. I appreciate that. Alrighty guys. Cheers. Cheers, alright. Take care.
Sure you don't want to tell us the YouTube name?
Nah, you'll find it.
Nothing's going to happen.
You'll find it. Oh, you say that, but I've given up. No, because like, I'm not zooming in. I'm just getting a nice thumbnail with some smiley faces. But no, I've given out my channel before, and it's easily trackable. You want to get in it? Go on. Give us a nice smiley. Yeah, you're already on the video. You might as well get a nice smiley pic. That's what I like, chaps. Brilliant, lovely. I might forward that to the station for you guys. You're gonna have it up on your wall.